I'm back on the Kirkland Connector Trail, and I just realized that this week I hit an important milestone in my life. So I quit drinking soda my first year going to college part-time, and well, not my first year, but when I was going to college part-time, and I have now gone approximately half my lifetime without drinking soda. So I thought I'd make a video to talk about what prompted me to not drink soda, and some history and how far I've come since I've quit drinking soda. When I was a kid, soda was like my water. I couldn't live without it. I drank almost nothing but soda at one point. I remember as a kid, when I was in first grade, second grade, my parents couldn't get me to drink milk or fruit juices, which are not very good. Now that we know a lot about beverage choices now than we did back then. But back then, that was the best thing that was available. But I could drink a lot of soda. And by the time I was in 7th or 8th grade, I was drinking almost nothing but soda. And my parents were so upset. They would ration how much soda they would buy. We would go to the grocery store and they would buy maybe a 2-liter bottle of soda every week. And then obviously I would finish it in like a day or a day and a half at most. Sometimes if I got lucky, I got distracted by other events and I didn't drink a lot of soda. But most of the time when I got distracted, I drank even more soda, right? If I had to study or if I had a party of some sort, right? It would have to be, I was sick or something, I couldn't stay up to drink, right? But it didn't last very long, and then I would get very upset, and my parents would get very upset, and they would swear they wouldn't buy any more, and whatever the case is. And that's exactly why I quit, because I tried cutting back. My parents forced me to try cutting back. I wasn't happy. They weren't happy, and I wasn't enjoying the 1 liter of soda. I was kind of missing out on the other 3 or 4 liters of soda that I wanted, right? And it didn't work. And when people tell me that an occasional soda is okay and won't kill me, yeah, I know it won't kill me. It won't make me happy, though. And unfortunately, that's a tough concept for a lot of people to understand. A lot of people struggle with drinking an occasional soda, and they don't even realize why they're unhappy. Anyways, when I was 7 years old, I used to go to a Chinese school. This was in downtown Pittsburgh every Sunday afternoon. And one Sunday, my parents had stopped at a McDonald's to pick up some lunch, and then I ate it in the car. And I was 7 years old at the time, and I jokingly told my dad that I wanted to try a Big Mac. At the time, I had only been eating kids' meals. I don't know why I decided to try a Big Mac that time, but I pressured my dad, and he got it for me, and I shoved it down while we were in the car, and we got to the Chinese school, and I couldn't get out. I couldn't stand up. I was just stuffed, and when I did get up, I vomited in the car, and my dad took a look at it, and he screamed. And he screamed it in Chinese, too. We're full of Asian people over there. And he's screaming in Chinese, saying that he's never taking me to McDonald's again. And I was so embarrassed out of my mind. And I was also worried that he would hold up to that and not take me to McDonald's anymore. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, in retrospect, he forgot all about it within a few weeks. And we were back at McDonald's. And I was back at my junk food habit. When I was 16 years old, my first day back to school, I sat down next to a girl I liked, but I was very overweight at the time. Obviously, years of Big Macs and soda had really taken their toll on me, and I told myself that I would try to fix up my lifestyle over the coming semester, and hopefully I could talk to her before finals. And I went home that day, and as you can imagine, most 16-year-olds, they forget about stuff like that within a couple hours. So I was just about to pour myself a soda when something seemed funny, and I'm like, let's try a day without soda just to see what it's like. And I got some water instead. And to my surprise, the water did quench my thirst just as well. And within 5 minutes, I was back to doing my homework or whatever I was doing at the time. Didn't seem to bother me. I'm like, you know, I could do this next time again. I could do this next time again. And I never drank another soda since then. That was 16 years ago. I kind of knew that first day that I would never drink another soda again. It just flowed very well. For some reason, it hit me at the right angle that time. There were a lot of warning signs that I shouldn't be drinking soda before then, but that one hit me at just the right angle. Funny thing is, I never really did anything with that girl. I ended up meeting a different girl altogether, and I ended up despising girls from America. You know, your typical American girls. I ended up meeting a foreign girl. What else has been going on? Oh, another thing speaking of meeting foreign girls, every time I travel to another country where soda is not nearly as available or it's just super expensive, I'm really, really relieved I don't drink it anymore, because I've been to a few places where soda could be many times more expensive than here in the United States, and just not very convenient if you're a soda drinker. What else is good? Or just any sort of fast food. I used to, believe it or not, I know this is going to sound funny, but 15 years ago, or actually more like 20 years ago now, I used to hate traveling because when we would leave the country and I couldn't find my favorite comfort foods, when I couldn't find the Big Macs and the soda. You know, we went to Canada one time and a 2-liter soda there costs about $4, and I drank a 2-liter in one day. My mom was so upset. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it might not have been that expensive, but she would have preferred that I spent the money on something good, right? There's a lot of fun food to eat in Canada, you know, when I could be drinking soda back home when we get all the soda that I want back home here in the United States, right? So my mom was so upset. Every time I go to Canada now and I see how expensive soda is and how cheap some of my favorite natural foods are now, I am so relieved I gave it up. Let's just put it that way. Especially when I go to Japan or Taiwan. Soda definitely not very cheap over there. Oh my god, I'm so relieved that I don't drink it anymore and I can enjoy some of the other things that I don't get to enjoy back home here in the United States. In Japan, they don't freeze their sushi like we do here in the US. A lot more fresh. I always get bad diarrhea, but I like it because I feel like it's a cleansing. And I'm so relieved that I don't drink it, because nowadays I can walk the entire Kirkland Connector Trail without feeling short of breath. I definitely could not do this 20 years ago. So a lot of positives have come from it, and it's kind of funny because sometimes when I go to a party or an event and I see junk food, I look at it as a piece of art. It's kind of like if you look at the Mona Lisa, you would not dream of eating it. You just enjoy looking at it, right? A lot of times when people prepare a birthday cake or a wedding cake and I look at it, it's a piece of art to me. And that's good too. Thanks for watching.